Buff Nation, today was an awesome day because Coach Prime finally teased the idea, hey, that we've been begging for on this channel for a long time. It's not just me, it's you guys as well, probably some other people in the internet, universe, Twitterverse, whatever. Let's get a real opponent for the spring game. Enough of this, team A against team B, the ones against the twos. No, let's go after another team, go against another team, and really see who's the dominant guy. These guys want to go against guys they have been practicing against all spring. Come on now. We don't have the luxury of having preseason games in college football, which I think a television deal could benefit from in the future. Because guys, we're chomping at the bit to see like what our young redshirt guys or guys who might be a year or two away, what they can do. So Coach Prime teased it today with the announcement that the spring game for Colorado is going to be carried by ESPN2, baby. I love it. But he said, yeah, it would be great to get another team involved in this. I think that it's innovative, it's fun, and again, I think a lot more people would be interested in watching it if two teams going at each other. Maybe there's some 7-on-7, but maybe there's also some 11-on-11. Maybe it has a little bit of a preseason type of feel. I think it would be cool. I want to get a look at what our young team, especially on offense, is doing. I want to see Kane Salter. I want to see Julian Lewis. I want to see our young offensive linemen, receivers, running backs, all that. So top 5 potential opponents for CU in no particular order for the spring game. Y'all like, subscribe, let me know your top 5 opponents, but let's go ahead and get into it, right? So this first one, courtesy of Gucci on Twitter, I saw him recommend this. This is an awesome idea. Norfolk State, Michael Vick. Yes, he's taken over that program. Norfolk State, I believe they are FCS. Are they MEAC? I want to say that they're MEAC, but got a long ways to go. But I think that this would be a tremendous opportunity to highlight what is going on still with HBCUs, obviously, bringing more partnership towards an HBCU and ESPN. This could be a nice door open for Michael Vick, the MEAC, and Norfolk State. I think that could be really awesome. And yeah, when you're a coach taking over a new team, you kind of want to go against another squad pretty early. So your team knows exactly what the standard needs to be. They know how far they need to go, how far they need to work, right? How hard they need to work. I think that this would be a tremendous opportunity. For Norfolk State going up against a P4 program like CU. And also, I would just love to see what a lot of our young guys are able to do. Let's say our early enrollee freshmen, what they could do going up against some guys that have been in college football for a while. Some of the guys that can come down and play HBCU in a sense. They come down from the Power Four, or maybe they've been in college football for a little while and they're looking for that next break or the opportunity to play more. Now, that's not the story for everybody, and I haven't been following Norfolk State closely at all, but Bird's Eye View has. So go check him out. I'm sure he could talk to this quite a bit. Did he go to Norfolk State? He might have. Anyways, that's option number 1, Norfolk State against CU. I think that would be pretty cool. All right. Let's continue on. How about... Okay, this one's kind of out of left field a little bit. UNLV, Dan Mullen. We'll keep kind of the Mountain West type of stuff going on here, but Dan Mullen taking over UNLV. I forget where the previous head coach went, but UNLV had a tremendously successful season this past year. They were ranked in the top 25 throughout most of the season. They made the Mountain West Championship. I can't remember if they finished the season ranked or not, but Dan Mullen, again, taking over a new team, this would be the opportunity for him to truly get a very nice evaluation on a lot of his returning players. And again, I think it would be a tremendous opportunity, again, for CU just to have different competition to go up against. I would imagine there's still some great players still returning from UNLV. And Dan Mullen, again, I think that this could be pretty interesting. So I've tried to pick schools that could benefit from partnering with CU. Like, for instance, you could want Ohio State. But again, Ohio State, they just won the national championship. They're in the Big Ten. They've already set the standard. What do they potentially have to gain by playing like a preseason game as the spring game against us? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to find some different programs or schools where this could mutually benefit them. We get a school to actually play in the spring game, and they also have incentive to play against us, right? So that's part of why I chose this. But again, I think it would help UNLV as well. And Dan Mullen's returning to coaching. He's been a media guy, just like Prime was a media guy for a while before getting into coaching. Okay. Let's go back down to the FCS level. This would be something that honestly I've been wishing for ever since Prime was hired here. I think it would be cool is to have a scrimmage with JSU, the previous school, of course, that Coach Prime was at, and against the first head coach on his coaching tree, TC Taylor. They're coming off of a Celebration Bowl victory. I believe that's the first one in program history. They won the SWAC. Tremendous season for TC Taylor after having a tough first year taking over, getting a lot of turnover, but he's done a great job. I think, again, the benefits of this are all self-explanatory. Also kind of similar, to Norfolk State in a sense. You're bringing exposure back to some HBCUs and again, particularly Jackson State. I think that this would be a tremendous opportunity. And this would be, you're going up against the program that won the Celebration Bowl, a very, very good team. I think, again, this would be a tremendous opponent. I think that would be really great. Okay, let's continue on. We have two more. We'll start with how about Fran Brown, right? I think he might have thrown in something on Twitter that said, hey, Coach Prime will do it. Fran Brown absolutely crushed it last year in his first year coaching the Syracuse Orange, fighting Orange. Now, I think it's just Orange, but did a tremendous job with Kyle McCord. Again, I feel like they could benefit from this, although they had a better finish to their season than we did. This would still really highlight what is going on with Fran Brown. And I think, again, one of just the promising young coaches in college football, one of the promising young black coaches in college football as well. I think that would be really cool. Seeing not only Prime, he gets enough coverage, he gets a lot of it, plenty of it, but sharing the spotlight with some other promising coaches that are definitely deserving of having more attention on their program. Syracuse is one of those. I think that'd be pretty neat. And lastly, you guys probably have guessed this one. Maybe Prime had mentioned this. I can't remember. How about Bill Belichick, man? Similar to Mike Vick, right? Or Dan Mullen. He's taking over a new team. Turnover. He's wanting to go against an opponent that can kind of help show his new team like what the potential standard could be, right? Or just how far they have to go. Granted, North Carolina could definitely surprise this year if Bill Belichick's coaching them. Sky's the limit in the ACC, I think. No doubt about it. And it's not like he was taking over or is taking over a 1-11 team like Coach Prime was. I think North Carolina had 5 or 6 wins this past year, maybe even 7. So, this isn't a bargain, or not a bargain bin, a bottom of the barrel program that he's taking over like Prime did with, being taken over the worst FBS program in CU or Power 5 program in CU. I think this would be tremendous. We would run things together like, NFL style camps, scrimmages. I think that would be really, really neat. And we get a glimpse at what Coach Belichick is doing over at North Carolina. I was really bummed that seemed like the NFL owners were pretty pissed about Hard Knocks, wanting to do the offseason Hard Knocks with Bill Belichick. I was really looking forward to that. But it would be nice to get a sneak peek behind what's going on at Carolina as well. Of course, with Colorado, we got the Amazon show. We got all the YouTube shows that go behind the scenes every day. So we get a pretty nice glimpse of how things are going. But I would love to get a peek behind the curtain with what's going on at North Carolina. And so that's it. My top 5, again, this is in no particular order. So I'll just go backwards. Bill Belichick, and the North Carolina Tar Heels, Fran Brown and the Syracuse Orange, Dan Mullen and the UNLV Rebels, TC Taylor and the JSU Tigers, and then Norfolk State, Mike Vick, Spartans. So, guys, are there any other schools that you'd want to see? Let me know. Again, my criteria was kind of trying to find some schools that could benefit mutually from something like this, because not every school would be incentivized to. So I hope it happens. I hope that this isn't in disagreement with any legal stuff with the NCAA, because they have the dumbest rules, right? So let's work this thing out and let's see Colorado play a real opponent. It only make like you only get better, right? So thank you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.